Namaste. Hi everyone. So today we're going to practice self-love. Self-love is a really important thing to practice with yourself because basically it's the key to your own happiness. We often look for gratification and sources of happiness outside of ourselves, and it does work for a little bit, but ultimately you're going to have to look within yourself, and if you're full of judgment and full of the conviction that you have to be different than what you really are already now, you're going to really actually stand in the way of your own happiness. So self-love is really the key to coming within and noticing that you're actually already perfect just the way you are. You don't need to be any different, and it doesn't mean you don't strive to grow. That's a totally different thing. Of course, we have the potential to grow, and it's really nice to do that. But it shouldn't be the sole purpose of your life, so to say. So what we're going to practice today is self-love. So what do I actually mean? I mean, when you hear the word or the concept self-love, you probably automatically have some kind of feeling like caring about yourself, and maybe some kind of self-care moments that you take a bath and all that kind of thing, and it's all part of it. But what we're going to do today is concentrate on three main points, and the first point is that self-love is actually also self-respect. So when you do a pose on the mat, try to just feel what your body tells you and respect your body. So try to treat your body as if it were your best friend. So just like your friend, you're not going to contradict him or her every time she says she's in pain or doesn't like something. You just respect that and then adapt the situation. So try to do that with your body also. Respect your body, listen to your body instead of forcing it to do something that might be painful or creates tension. Try to always find a way to communicate with your body and together come into a pose that is comfortable. So in that way, you'll notice as you grow and practice self-respect and really listening to those limits in your body and adapting your pose, you'll notice your body actually starts to trust you, as it were, and it will really let go of the tension, because the tension in your body is actually there to protect you against hurting yourself badly. So if you have a habit of also always pushing yourself too far, your body is going to tense up to protect you. So it's only when you start teaching your body, like, don't worry, I'm taking care of you, I'm not going to do anything bad, I'm not going to go beyond your limits, then the body will start to relax. So it's really a nice circle of communication between yourself and your body. So that's the first thing we're practicing. The second thing actually comes from that self-respect is acceptance. So when you accept your body as it is, you'll notice that a lot of tension also dissipates, because you don't need to be different than you are right now. So you'll notice that, for example, some days your body might be very supple, and another day you'll suddenly feel very stiff. And that's very natural, because it depends on the weather, for example, depending on your own sensitivity. But it also depends on what you've done the day before. If you ran a marathon or 5 kilometers, it doesn't matter really. But if you've done some kind of sport, of course, the next day your muscles will be stiffer and will feel different than the day before. So all that kind of thing is very natural, and what we need to practice is accepting it. And just this moment, your body is as it is, and if you really want to be happy, there's only one way, and that is just embracing the reality of what is now. So start to just accept the way it is, and from acceptance you'll start to appreciate your body. So that's the third step we're practicing. So instead of judging yourself or trying to be different, start to just appreciate what your body already can do and how it feels, and realizing that your body communicates the whole day if you listen to it. During the whole day you have signals from your body telling you, like, hey, I think you've been a bit too long behind the computer. You might want to go for a walk now. And you might ignore it, but it is communicating those signals, or it's telling you when it's hungry, it's telling you when you're tired, it's telling you when you've done a certain position or a certain movement too long, it's going to start to hurt somewhere. So that's all signals from your friend telling you that you should take action, change position, or take a break, or take more action, whatever the case may be. So that's what we're going to practice today in a short sequence, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's start first by just sitting comfortably, and I would advise for this series to keep a blanket with you, and possibly also a cushion for the last pose we're going to do. But anyway, a blanket to protect your ankles in the first pose. Yeah, so grab that if you don't have it yet, and then place yourself comfortably. So choose your own position to sit in so that you can be on your sit bones. Just make yourself nice and tall, and just relax your arms, relax your legs, and let your body settle down. You can put your index fingers and thumbs together and then close your eyes. Your chin slightly lifted. Relax your neck. And with your eyes closed, start to follow your breath and feel your body breathing. So actually, this is the first act of self-love. Simply taking the time to close your eyes, to feel your breath, and to feel your body. By taking that time, you start to notice how your body feels. Which parts feel a little tense, tired, or maybe painful. And don't try to be too dominant with your body. You don't need to look for anything. Simply open your mind, feel your body, and the signals will come naturally. Now relax your facial muscles. Relax your eyes, your forehead, your jaw. Relax your neck, shoulders and arms. Relax your whole back, your belly, your legs, and as your belly softens, you start to feel your breath now as a movement in the belly. Feel it expand as you breathe in and soften as you breathe out. Bringing a sense of calm inside yourself. And then feel the ground underneath you. And every time you breathe out, start to become heavier. And then open your eyes. And you can come off your cushion. And now come and sit in a way that your ankles are supported by a blanket. So I'm just going to put it in front of me as such. And then you can cross your legs and support both shins with your feet. Yeah, so I really have my legs like this instead of in front of each other. Okay, so before we start, notice that you're really on your sit bones here. And we're going to put the fists behind us and squeeze the shoulder blades slightly together. And we're going to start with a Swan Pose. So you can lean on your fists slightly, shoulder blades together, and then lift your chest and look up. And notice how that might create tension now in the lower back as well. So simply relax the lower back, let your tailbone drop, and then relax the belly and feel your breath in the belly. So it's very important here not to hold your belly in. Don't worry about what it looks like. I mean, you can have a flat belly if you really put it in, but just let it hang a little so it can really soften, and in that way you'll ground yourself much more. So start to feel your breath in your belly again. And then slowly, as you keep feeling your breath in your belly, start to come forwards, keeping your chest and your throat open. So keep looking up. And start to feel the sensations now in your body. The hands can relax. When you're about halfway, drop your arms and shoulders. Keep on going at the same pace. Feel the sensations appearing in your body. And then let gravity take over. Drop your chest. And slowly bow your head forwards until your head hangs. So don't worry about how far you get here. Remember, self-love is also about acceptance. So if you're here, that's fine too. This is all about just hanging under the influence of gravity. So some people will be with their head on the floor, some people will be halfway. It really doesn't matter. Now feel your breath all the way into your pelvis. Fill the pelvis with your breath. And as you breathe out, relax and let gravity pull at you. And start to practice now accepting how your body moves and relaxes. So don't try to go further than your body wants to go. Just let it happen instead of trying to force something. And with some exhalations, you'll notice something drops, and other times nothing much will happen. And it's all fine. Really relax the neck. Drop your shoulders and arms again. Try to become conscious of all the tension you're unnecessarily holding on to. And relax your legs. Feel the ground underneath you. And then bring your hands one by one in front of the knees. And with the strength of your arms, push yourself off the ground, but keep your head hanging. Feel how you're pushing yourself back onto your sit bones. And once you're there, put your hands on your knees. Feel your breath in your belly again. And then start to grow. But keep yourself heavy on the ground. So don't pull the pelvis up. Just feel yourself unfolding until you have a nice open chest and the head balancing on top of the spine. Feel your breath in your belly and feel the effect of this pose on your grounding. Feel your heaviness on the floor. And then cross your legs the other way for the second side. It's important for the symmetry of your buttocks. So place yourself so that both shins are supported, the fists behind you, lean on your fists. Push against the ground so you can lift the chest slightly, shoulders back and look up. And then drop your pelvis back down. Feel your belly soft. And now this time, since it's the second time, you can go deeper into self-love and try to make the movement as soft as you can. So really respect your limits, respect what you feel and react with kindness. Whenever you're ready, start to move forwards, but keep feeling your inhalation in the belly, relaxing as you breathe out and move forwards. Each new sensation asks for a new reaction. It can be in your lower back, for example. If you notice it starts to get tense, just hold back a little. Any part of your body, whenever it asks for your attention, treat it with kindness. Being as soft as you can. And just take your time. And once you're in your position, stay with your breath in your pelvis. Relax your pelvic floor if you can. And start softening and melting down to the ground each time you breathe out. Do take care of yourself, so if the pose is too intense and you need to support yourself, for example with your hands in front of the body instead of back, feel free to do so. Keep feeling your body, looking for what can soften. And then bring your hands in front of the knees again. Push yourself back up. Feel your weight back onto the sit bones. And then the hands on the knees. Stay heavy on the floor and just roll up your spine. Keeping the same contact with the ground, so don't pull your pelvis up as you bring the chest up. And then the head. Feel your breath. Notice if you're more in your body now. And then open your eyes. You can put your blanket away. Come and lay on your belly. I'm going to do a couple of back bends. So first start with your hands on top of each other underneath your chin. And then just make sure for this exercise that you protect your lower back by pulling the tailbone down to the heel, so that will actually flatten this lower part of your back. And then push the pubic bone into the ground. The feet are slightly apart. Press the feet into the ground. And then as you breathe in, lift your head, arms and chest. As you breathe out, come back down, relax. Keep your pelvis tilted, pubic bone in the ground. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out, back down. Carry on like that a couple of times. And practice also, again, finding your own limits. So how high do you want to lift your body? Notice how you treat yourself. Are you forcing your body to lift and go as far as possible? If that's a habit, try to go less far. Just feeling the back bend is enough. And then you can add the legs if you like. So lifting the chest and the legs, lifting the thighs also, so not only from the knees. 4 more times. So try to find a way to move that feels natural now, as if your body is being lifted by your breath. And the next time you lift, stay there. And then bring your arms back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull back, spread your toes, spread your fingers. Or if you like, you can also interlace your fingers together. Now breathe and just feel your body. Notice if anything feels too constricted. If that's the case, place yourself slightly different. Sometimes just a centimeter will make a world of difference. And then breathing in with a big smile. And breathing out, come back down, put one cheek on the ground. And feel the relaxation of your body. And let's just do one Brahmari here. So it's basically just making the sound like a bee, a bumblebee. And just feel that sound in your whole body. Breathing in. And then once more with your head facing the other way. So your other cheek on the ground. Breathe in. And then place your head straight again. Bring the feet closer together. And then bring the feet towards your buttocks for the bow pose. Lift your chest and then grab your feet. So first keep your knees on the ground here. Relax your shoulders down. Make sure your neck feels free. And then from the relaxation of the shoulders, push your feet into the hands and notice how the strength of your legs pulls the arms and the shoulders back. And you lift your chest more and then look forward. So make sure it's still a natural position. And then if you have a little space left, you can even lift the knees off the floor. So I have my big toes together here to make sure the legs are at the same height. You can keep them like this, or you can flex your feet and put them a hip's distance apart. So whichever you prefer. And just breathe deeply in and out. Close your eyes to feel this pose on the inside. Connect to the feeling of loving your body. What does that mean to you? And then open your eyes, drop yourself back down, and then we're going to do something a little strange. We're going to roll onto one side. So shift your weight to the left, and basically the trick is to pull your right foot with your right hand and really lift that knee, and then you'll roll onto your side quite easily. So basically like this. Just a couple of breaths here. And then roll back onto your belly. And to the other side. And once more to both sides. So just have fun with this and notice your reaction. So for some bodies this is very easy. For other bodies it takes some time to find the way to roll onto your side. And just notice if you're still being playful with yourself or whether you're very judgmental. And then come back onto your belly. And let's just let go of the feet now. Bring your hands next to your chest. Come onto hands and knees. Place your hands underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers. And then curl your toes under and lift your seat up and back, coming into downward facing dog. The toes point forwards, and just take a couple of breaths here, feeling your belly drop as you breathe in and pulling your belly in as you breathe out. Keep feeling your body connected to a loving feeling. And then walk to the middle of the mat. Bend your knees, and with a round back, roll up to standing. And once your head is up, roll your shoulders back and down. Then we're going to do the eagle pose. So for those of you who don't know the eagle pose, let's do the arms first, because it's a bit confusing if you do that when you're already standing on one leg. So basically with the eagle pose arms, you have your arms wide, and then you cross your arms with, let's say, the right arm above. So I'm going to do a mirror image here, so you can just follow me. And then go beyond your elbows here, and then the left arm will be in front of you with your thumb facing your nose, and the right arm will go around that hand. So you try to put your fingers onto the palm of the hand, and then just drop your fingers here. So feel free to just adjust the height of your elbows, and if you can't manage to put your fingers on your hands, you can also turn your hands slightly like this, or just put your hands back to back. Yeah, that's fine too. So it really depends. For example, for men, I know this is quite hard because you have much more muscle in the pecs and in the biceps, so it's difficult to get this position. Also, if you're wearing like more clothes, it's very practical, but then it's going to be more difficult. So let's just do the second side, just to practice. So arms open, and then with the left arm above, the right hand in front of your nose, left hand goes around, and the fingers in front of the palm of the hand. So you try to make a straight line here. Alright, let's do it with the legs as well, so I'll show you from the side. So start off with your feet a hips distance apart, the toes pointing forwards, and then you can have your hands on your hips. Bend both knees first, and just go as deep as your body wants to go, and make sure that you don't have a hollow back in the eagle pose. So really curl your tailbone down, so you'll need some kind of ab action here. And then bring your weight to the right. Cross your legs so you have your left foot close to the right foot on the floor, first on your toes. So your right foot's flat, but I mean the toes of the left foot. And just go as deep as you can and try to really close the legs against each other. And the front knee is really over the right knee. Yes, it's really all the way to the right. And once you have that, make sure that your pelvis is still straight. And then you can put your foot against the back or the side of your standing leg. And then bring your arms in eagle arms with the right arm above. And then just breathe. Notice your balance today, and remember, practicing self-love means practicing acceptance. Free yourself of judgment, of expectation, of always trying to be different. You're already perfect, just the way you are. And being a little wobbly really, really doesn't matter. Okay, now open your arms, lift your knee, and come back onto 2 feet. Let's do the second side. Hands on your hips, bend both knees. Make sure to flatten the lower back, and then bring your weight to the left. Cross the right leg over the left leg, the toes on the floor. Bend a little deeper and make sure that you really block out all the light in between the legs here. Curl your toes under. And then look for your balance. And just put your toes against the back or side of your standing leg. And then with the left arm above, eagle arms. So in eagle pose, just breathe. Feel your body. Appreciate what your body can do. And then open your arms, lift your knee, and come back onto 2 feet. And then put your feet a mat's distance apart. Turn the feet slightly inwards so that the outside of the foot is parallel to the side of the mat here. And then interlace your fingers together. Keep your shoulders and your arms relaxed first. Bend both knees. And then feel that your weight is on both feet, so you're not leaning too much to one side. And just feel the hips, and with a very soft and free hinging feeling in the hips, come forwards until you find your own limit. And then just round your back and drop your head. Keep your knees bent for a moment and then start to feel your shoulders here. And keeping your hands interlaced, find a hinging feeling in the shoulders now that feels very easy, lifting the hands. The shoulder blades are still relaxed. And then from here you can squeeze the shoulder blades together. Again, respect your limits and then straighten your arms and maybe drop them a little more. And if you want to, you can straighten the legs a little more, but only if that feels good. So you can keep them slightly bent or maybe straighten and change once in a while. And then just breathe. Feel this position. Notice what it does to your body and to you. And then bring your hands together, back to the lower back. Bend your knees. Put your hands on the floor and come and lay down. So we're going to go to an inversion pose now. So we're going to do a candle pose. But if you don't want to do the candle pose, you can also do a broken candle pose. In that case, you're going to need your cushion. So keep that next to you. So I'll explain first the broken candle pose. So if you want to come into that pose, what you need to do is have the feet as if you were going to go into bridge pose, close to the buttocks, and then lifting the pelvis. You can bring your cushion underneath you. And place your cushion such that the side is around the middle of the back. And then place your lower back on the cushion. Bring the knees towards you and just let your body accommodate to the cushion. And then lift the legs to be straight up to the ceiling. So depending on your own flexibility, this might actually still feel a little stiff, so you can always bend the knees a little, absolutely no problem. So you can choose this pose. Or, if you like, you can also go into the full candle pose. In that case, bring your knees towards the chest, wrap your arms around the knees, squeeze them so that you lengthen the lumbar region of your back. And then put your hands on the ground, straighten the legs up to the ceiling, and then start to just swing your legs a couple of times back and forth. Now remember to respect your body, so feel here what your back is telling you. Just go further and further. And if you notice it feels good, then you can choose to push your hands a little into the ground so that you can really lift yourself and then bring your hands to the back. Bring the elbows a little closer together so that your shoulder blades can be closer together. And then choose how high you want to place your legs. Make sure your head still feels comfortable, so don't flatten the back of the neck too much. And then just breathe. Close your eyes. Now remember to respect your limits, so that means you can come out of the pose at any time. You can come out before I tell you. If you want to come out of it, just bend your knees and roll slowly out of the pose. This is the kind of pose that really feels different every day. It's very strongly affected by the weather, by every season, and by the time of day.
If you notice your body starts to really relax, there might be actually a little space to go a little higher. Not that that's an ambition as such, but it actually gives a little more balance to the pose. And then you can bend both knees down to the forehead. Let the feet drop, so sometimes they'll drop to the floor, sometimes just above the floor, and then bring your hands to the ground. Widen your shoulders slightly, and with your hands as a kind of break, start to roll down. Try to keep your head on the floor here, and then keep your knees into the chest, and just roll from side to side. Now come back to center, open your arms. Let both knees drop to one side. So if that's not comfortable for you, feel free to adapt it to your own body. So you can also place your knees a little lower or go into a twist from the feet on the ground, which is much milder for your back. If your neck allows it, you can roll your head to the right and just breathe a couple of times, melting into the ground. And then roll your head back to center. Bring the knees one by one back to the middle. And then drop your knees to the other side. Roll your head to the left if your neck allows it. Take care of yourself. Try to find a position which feels natural to you. And surrender yourself to really relax into the ground. And then roll your head back to center. Bring your knees one by one back to the chest. And then let your legs come down and place yourself in Savasana for relaxation. And once you're comfortable, start to follow your breath in your belly again. Feel your belly rise as you breathe in. Feel your belly drop as you breathe out. And take your time to allow your body to really let go of any remaining tension. Feel yourself softening. Sinking deeper. Connect now to a feeling of gratitude for your own body. Gratitude for everything it can do. Every part of your body has its own important role in your life. It doesn't matter really what it looks like. It's your body, that allows you to experience life in your own unique way. And you can love your body just because it's yours. Just in the same way that you love your friends, your family, or your child, or even a pet. You don't love them because they're so good at a certain thing or have high achievements, or even for their looks. You love them because of who they are, their own unique vibe and energy and soul. And you can give that same love to yourself. Just being you is enough. Now breathe a little deeper and start to wiggle your toes and loosen your fingers. Loosen your neck by rolling your head side to side. And then bend your knees. If you often have back pain, you can bring your knees all the way to the chest. And then choose whether you want to roll up to sitting or maybe come onto your side first and push yourself up with your hands. And then come back into a sitting position. Close your eyes and feel your body now. A sense of calm, stability. A clear contact with how it feels. Now bring your hands together in front of your heart for 1 Om and 3 Shanti, bringing peacefulness inside of yourself, around you and for the whole world. Breathe in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. And I wish you a wonderful day. Love, peace. See you next time.